Day 3. It is the faith which has the power to turn a bush into a ghost, a rope into a snake, and an idol into God. There are people who happily sacrifice money, comfort, and even life for defending one's faith and conviction. Eklavya, Kabir, etc. examples of persons who acquired knowledge not directly from their masters, gurus, but by dint of their unflinching faith in them. The basis of hypnotism is to get the desired work done by the subjects just by infusing faith in him, in the words of the physician. The mantra of the tantric works miraculously on the patient only if he has deep faith in it. A sadhak devoid of faith may utter that tantric mantra 100 of times, but it will not have any effect. This fact applies to Gayatri Mantra also. When the sadhak takes up sadhana with faith and confidence, Gayatri Mantra becomes much more effective and proves to be extraordinarily powerful due to the combined effect of faith and the mantra's own intrinsic spiritual energy. It is shown in the sketch which particular letter of Gayatri is related to which part of the body. The details are given in the following chart. Tat, Tapini, success. Sa, Safalta, bravery. V, Vishwa, maintenance. So basically it's the letter, it's the gland, and then it's the involved energy. Tur is Tushti, well-being. Va is Vardha, it's yoga. Ri, it is Revati, it's love. Ni, Sukshma, money. Yam, Jnana, brilliance. Bhar, Bharga, defense. Go, Gomati, intellect. Di, Devika, suppression. Va, Varahi, devotion. Sya, Sinhani, dharna. Dhi, Dhyan, pran. Ma, Maryada, self-restraint. Hi, Sfuta, tap. Dhi, Medha, farsightedness. Yo, Yogamaya, jagriti. Yo, Yogini, production. Naha, Dharini, sarasta, sweetness. Pra, Prabhava, ideal. Cho, Ushma, courage. Da, Drashya, wisdom. Yad, Niranjan, seva. Gayatri activates the above mentioned 24 divine qualities in the devotee. With their growth, varied accomplishments, siddhis and prosperities start manifesting in the life of the devotees. Most of the people think that some god or goddess is bestowing these gifts because they are unable to see and understand the working of these subtle divine energies and the transformations flowing therefrom. Once they understand the transformations are taking place as a result of their own sadhana, they would realize that it is not by the way of some unexpected gift from somewhere, but it is the result of a well-organized scientific process of spiritual growth. Gayatri sadhana is not based on blind faith, but has solid scientific basis. Gayatri is Kamdhenu. Kamdhenu is believed to be a heavenly cow which gives nectar like milk. It is said that gods drink it and always remain in a state of self-satisfaction, happiness and abundance. The speciality of Kamdhenu is that the desire of a person approaching it is instantly fulfilled. Like Kalpvriksh, heavenly tree, Kamdhenu too fulfills the desires of those who approach it with pragya and devotion. Kamdhenu is another name of Gayatri. Devta means a person who possesses divine nature. If a person having divine nature worships this great power, he drinks spiritual milk from the breasts of Divine Mother. He is saved from all botherations. The basic nature and characteristics of the individual soul is happiness. Its main attribute is to remain bathed in eternal bliss. No sooner does it get rid of ignorance, induced pain and suffering, it regains its original nature. Gods in heaven always remain happy. Men can also remain happy in the same manner only in this earth, if causes of his sufferings are removed. Kamdhenu Gayatri removes all the sufferings of her devotees. Deliverance from suffering of three kinds. The causes of all sufferings are ignorance, infirmity, and inadequacy. A person becomes happy to the extent he is able to remove these causes of suffering from within him. The outlook of a person about the world gets vitiated on account of ignorance. Being ignorant of his true identity, he gets entangled in a false identity with the transient phenomena and becomes unhappy. The feelings of selfishness, self-indulgence, greed, ego, narrow-mindedness, and anger deflect a man from his duty. He abandons far-sightedness, hankers after money, materials, false fame, and name, which are all transient and chimerical. Thus he strays away more and more from his true self, which is the spark of the divine. This separation from the source is the source of original sin. Sin automatically results in suffering. On account of ignorance, he is unable to understand the basic purpose of his life in this world. Consequently, his hopes, craving, and imaginations know no end. On account of such perverted outlook, normal ups and downs of life make him cry, laugh, and weep. Death of a relative, differences in the taste and temperament of colleagues, up and down, and fluctuation in circumstances are all natural. But the ignorant man insists that what he wants must always happen and he should never be required to face adverse circumstances. When this does not happen, as per his fancies, and events unfold contrary to his wishes, he weeps and cries. Thus, ignorance leads to innumerable sufferings. Second is infirmity. Infirmity means weakness. A man is unable to enjoy his natural basic rights on account of his physical, mental, social, intellectual, and spiritual infirmities. Delicious dishes, beautiful damsels, sweet music, beautiful scenery have absolute no meaning for a diseased person. He cannot enjoy money and wealth. How can one enjoy the joys of studying literature, poetry, philosophy, etc., if he is intellectually bankrupt? Love, devotion, company of righteous persons, and spiritual bliss can hardly be enjoyed by a person who is spiritually bankrupt. Nature's law of survival of the fittest works in eliminating the weak. The weak are always harassed and eliminated. Even positive factors become quite unfavorable to such a man. Winter season, which adds to the strength and vigor of strong persons and to the pleasure of a humorist, becomes the cause for catching pneumonia, gout, rheumatism to a person of weak constitution. Factors which are debilitating for the weak prove invigorating for the strong. Even mighty emperors feel proud in adopting the figures of a roaring lion as the state of emblem of their kingdom, while the weak bleating goat is killed by a wild animal or is sacrificed before the idol of Bhavani. The infirm thus always suffer, and even favorable factors do not prove helpful to them. Material security is yet another cause of human suffering. Difficulties of several kinds have to be faced on account of scarcity of food, clothing, water, housing, cattle, land, companions, friends, money, medicines, books, weapons, teachers, etc. And a person has to curtail his legitimate needs, suppress his feelings, and waste his precious life. Even capable and competent persons feel themselves crippled, beaten down for want of material resources. Gayatri is Kamdhenu. One who sincerely invokes, adores, and worships Gayatri enjoys pleasure to the ones a child feels while sucking the nectar-like milk of his mother's breast. He gets rid of sufferings created by ignorance, infirmity, and scarcity, and all his righteous desires are fulfilled. Gayatri is Kalpavriksha. It is said that there is a Kalpavriksha in heaven, and a person sitting underneath gets whatever he wants. All his desires are instantly fulfilled. One can imagine how shall a person feel who possess such a Kalpavriksha. There is such a Kalpavriksha on this earth. also, which again is known as Gayatri. By outward appearance, it is a string of 24 letters or 9 words, but by deep contemplation, it will be found that every letter and word of this mantra incorporates in it the keys of fulfillment of righteous desires of a man. Gayatri is not only one of the numerous gods and goddesses, it is the original creative energy of absolute Brahma, which is transcendent, incomprehensible and beyond the cosmos. The word Gayatri Upasana carry the same meaning as Ishwar Bhakti, Ishwar Upasana, Brahma Sadhana, Atma Shastakar, Brahma Darshan, Prabhu Prayanata, etc. Gayatri Sadhana is in fact exemplary yet easiest way of worship. Those who tread this path joyously through their life and ultimately reach the ultimate goal of God realization. Absolute Brahma and Gayatri are in fact two in one. Next topic is attainments of Gayatri sadhaks. The ancient history Purans reveal that rishis and maharishis used to do yoga sadhana and tapascharya on the basis of Gayatri. The life stories of rishis like Vashishta, Yagvalkya, Atri, Vishwamitra, Vyas, Sukhdev, Dadichi, Valmiki, Udalak, Vaishapyam, Durvasa, Parshuram, Pulayasta, Agastya make it absolutely clear that the key to their occult and spiritual attainments was Gayatri Sadhana. There have been several saints in the recent past also who got their spiritual enlightenment through the grace of God Gayatri. Their personal deities, ideals, and principles might have been different, but all had a firm faith in Vedmata. They owed their greatness to a large extent to their devotion of Vedmata Gayatri. In the dense forest of Ramtekri near Nagrai, UP, a saint named Harihar had obtained Siddhi by Gayatri Sadhana. The cottage of the saint could be approached after crossing about 14 miles of dense jungle, which was inhabited by lions and tigers. Those who wanted to meet the saint had to face these ferocious animals. These animals used to leave track and disappear merely by the devotees saying, "We are going to see Harihar Baba." There was a great Gayatri worshipper named Vishwanath Goswami in Lakshmangarh, Rajasthan, who spent most of his time in Gayatri Sadhana. By his blessings, a poor Vida family of Sikher became rich and prosperous. The descendants of this family still celebrate Mundan ceremony of their children on the Samadhi of Pandit Goswami. In a village named Jaun, in the erstwhile Jaipur state, lived Pandit Rai, who was an ardent Gayatri worshipper. Attainment of divine wisdom through Gayatri Sadhana. Gayatri is the mantra which imparts true wisdom. It inspires the mind, intellect, inner psyche, and emotions of the devotee towards the righteous path. Its sadhana helps in progress of righteous elements. When the sadhak concentrates on the meaning of this mantra, he realizes that the supreme prosperity and the greatest success in life is to attain true wisdom. When he gets fully convinced about the true aim of the life, he single-mindedly starts his self-effort towards this goal. This aspiration creates an ever-expanding vibration in the universal realm, which attracts and assimilates waves of righteous thoughts, emotions, and inspirations pervading in the subtle atmosphere. The magnetic power of thoughts is well known. Thoughts attracts thoughts of similar kind scattered in the mental universe, with the result that powerful eternal thoughts and spiritual attainments of living and past ill-minded persons start accumulating spontaneously within the sadhak as a divine boon, and his accumulated capital of such thoughts goes on increasing.